Aliens have their own fashion brand on Earth. Alien short introduction, alien fashion brand. Why do I believe in aliens? For example, the Egyptians, they copied the night sky on the ground in Egypt. The Nile was Milky Way, and then they put the biggest, most important pyramids at places where the brightest stars are in the sky, without maps, surveying instruments or compasses. We could not do that today. How could they? Especially taking into account how these people live in Cairo at this moment. It's not like it's Japan or so, full of geniuses. No. The opposite is true. And then they created this in the past. Yeah, let's copy the night sky on the ground. Yeah, let's do that. Without compasses, maps, anything. Yeah. It's impossible. It's only, if you think logical, you can only come to the conclusion this must have been aliens. What else? And another big hint that aliens are real. We live in the year 2019 now, but it's also the Jewish year 5779. That's much older. It's almost 6,000 years since the beginning. Yes, almost 6 from Satan. Yes, true. In the Kabbalah it says Israel is to become the capital of the world. And now we're near the end time, everything's planned, and we are getting there. That we're almost at this point where Israel will become the capital of the world. Why would humans, over almost 6,000 years ago, write in a book, Israel is to become the capital of the world? I mean, it's like some French people 6,000 years ago in France came together and they write a book. Yeah, France has to become the capital of the world in 6,000 years. Is that, I mean, what idea did they have of the world at that point even? I mean, most people, I think, didn't even know what the world was. It's not realistic to assume that only humans came up with that at that point. And that's why I believe in aliens. It's the most logical thing to do. Yeah. Not all this UFO bullshit, but control from the beginning. And yes, these rabbis, these false Jews, false Jews at the top, these rabbis, they control everything. Yes. It's not anti-Semitic. Real Jews that live with the Torah, they don't know anything about all this stuff. But these guys, they control the most important men in the world, and women also. And in the movie They Live, they explain all this stuff. Like there are aliens among you, you don't see it. But why is it so believable for me? Because they also explain the protocols of Zion. That's what these guys you just saw work with. For example, replace spiritualism with materialism. Buy, money. So everybody's only busy with their career, money, buying, and they do not understand that they're going to be killed and put in camps, and that most politicians have been manipulated and bribed, and that we are in a lot of danger because you can only think of money. Do not question authority. Well, you should question authority. They are controlled. All these things are explained in this movie. And these posters with holidays, like especially women, and especially also rich people, strangely enough, they always talk about holidays. Money, this is your God. In the movie they also have a speech, and he's talking about terrorists already in 1988. The internet was already on this billboard. Drones. And maybe, did you notice all these antennas for telephones everywhere in Europe and America? In this movie, it are satellite dishes. Here they put them everywhere. Here's one, there's one. And yes, we do not have exactly these satellite dishes, but we do have now these telephone antennas everywhere. So the movie also predicted that. I mean, that's insane, people. Everything is planned. So we live in a world where there are aliens, probably undercover, around us, and we are manipulated. Yeah, you read the newspaper, but you are manipulated, brainwashed in a very sophisticated way to submit, to sleep, to obey the government, conform, no independent thought, consume, all these things. They don't tell you, like, oh, you have to consume, but you are manipulated to do that and obey and have no independent thought. And our most important politicians are also aliens. They tell in the movie. We have Reflector in the music industry. They imply there are aliens that wear human masks of human faces. And you cannot see it. You don't understand that. And in Egypt we had these little statues of alien lizards. I mean, why? It's so much like why? Why all these things? And then we have Trump, and Johnny Depp has said he's the last president. And in other places also implies he's the last president. He looks strange. Very strange. Very strange. And they made this billboard where they imply that he is an alien. They live. I mean, it's from this movie, of course. Could he be an alien? I mean, it's so strange to think. Yeah, but I think that's true. He could be replaced by an alien, I think. I think Trump just was a regular guy like you and me, only had a lot more money. And then I think at one point, a few years ago, they replaced him with an alien. Is my idea. I don't know if it's true, but it seems so. Why, for example, does he have so much trouble doing something simple we all can do? Like with 6 billion people do not even think about drinking some water from a bottle. But for Trump it was very difficult. Like a major task. Drinking some water out of a bottle. Concentrate, and there's these strange fingers. It's always like there are too many things. Like with this Egypt and aliens and this movie and this Kabbalah that's 6,000 years old. And now with Trump with all these strange things. There are too many things. That's the problem. Too many things point to aliens. And this alien fashion brand, it's linked to the movie 2001 A Space Odyssey. And 2001 A Space Odyssey is one of the most important publications in our history. And also, it was a book and a movie. And we had this monolith, and monkeys, they touch it, and then they become very intelligent, become human. And there was the bottomless pit, the abyss from the Bible was in it. It's an entrance to a wormhole. It's explained in the movie very misleading, and in the book very clear. And then they made on Ground Zero, where 9/11 happened in 2001. Of course it's linked to this book movie, of course. They made this monolith on Ground Zero. Why would humans do that? It's a Hilton hotel, and in the movie was also Hilton space station. Why would humans do all this stuff? Why did they make the bottomless pit just like it's described in the book? They made it on Ground Zero. That happened in 2001. I mean, what do we always think? We think about, we want to have nice cars, beautiful girls, women, sex, money. That's what we think about. What men come together and say, oh yeah, we have to write a book, and then we put in like the bottomless pit from the Bible, and 2001, and we published this book in 1968, 33 years before 2001, and then later after the attacks, we make monuments specifically on that place that were in the book. Is it reasonable to assume that humans do that? No. So the answer has to be aliens. Logically, it's a logical answer. In this movie 2001 Space Odyssey, all things are made realistic, like this is how a spaceship looks in the future. But then they made the space suits very organic, like alien lizards, yes. And I noticed it before, but now it comes back with this fashion brand. It's called undercover, like these aliens are undercover between us, like explained in his movie 2001 in the movie They Live. And this fashion brand has also, just like movie They Live, political things in it, like this order, disorder. It's linked to order out of chaos from the Freemasons. And the Freemasons are made up, of course, by these false Hasidic rabbis at the top. They made up the Freemasons so that the white race will destroy itself. And this order out of chaos is from the Freemasons, and here we have order, disorder. It's of course a hint at that. And they even have fashion shows with this brand, and here you can see it. It looks almost exactly like in this movie, the space suits. I mean, why? Here's the order, disorder, and the hands, like you cannot see their hands because they're alien hands, alien claws or so. What do aliens have? I don't know. But I mean, and it's called undercover. Why would humans do this, people? Would humans write a book and then make this monolith and the bottom of the spit on ground zero, and then later make a fashion brand also from this book? Would humans do that? No, I don't believe humans would do that. I don't think we are thinking about something like that. Undercover Astronautics Agency, well, it's a joke, of course, because the whole NASA is fake. There is no space. Or not like we think there is, and we cannot go there. So this is a joke, a hint at NASA, of course. It's all fake. The order, disorder, Hell Laboratories. Hell was this computer from the movie. And the triangle from as above, so below from the Kabbalah. Human error, because how do you interpret it? What do they mean by that? Human error. I mean, we make a lot of mistakes, yes. Or the humans are an error. We are not perfect because we always lie and cheat. I don't know what they exactly mean. The computer again is hell. And here the suit with the gloves. Order, disorder, triangle, some entrance to a space station or so. Undercover, this is the monolith where we get our intelligence from as monkeys, and Jesus is in reality an alien. Leonardo da Vinci painted it so you can get the alien. You can see it in there when you mirror it in the middle. I mean, come on, it's all aliens, 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 aliens. We are infinite, the aliens, they've said many times, like, it's not a universe you live in a multiverse. And through these wormholes that you enter, the bottom of the spit, like in this movie and in the Bible, you go from one universe to another. And the multiverse is infinite. And that's why this refers to aliens. We are infinite, the aliens are infinite. Not us, the humans, we are not. This is another hint that it's an alien brand. It's not a human brand. Human error again. I think it's reasonable to take these hundreds of hints of aliens for what it is that they exist. Especially because this Kabbalah that was made 6,000 years ago. I mean, we have to consider aliens to be real. It's almost 100% certain they built our world, created us, and now we are their pastime. And they just use us to have something to do. That's what it is probably. And now they have a fashion brand and they put it in our face, undercover. They are undercover on Earth. The Earth that they created, and they are moving between us. Like it explained also in this movie They Live. It's the only logical conclusion you can draw, I think.